Alright, so today we have a WCF premium figure, and this is one of those figures I never thought I would own because, I just wasn't really collecting too many WCFs at the time. But recently I've been getting more into WCFs again with all these mega WCFs coming out, and yeah, just the other day I was looking up all these WCF premiums. They have the one with all the Gear 5 Luffys, the 5 Elders one, which I really did want to get, but for $260 I just couldn't justify buying that one for myself, But yeah, the reason I ended up getting this one was because, like I said, I was watching videos. It was kind of funny because I was watching videos just the day before, and then the next day I went to Barnes & Noble and was surprised to see this there because I always check for the figures there. And yeah, I guess they're just getting their stock in. I didn't even know they would be carrying this, but apparently they are. And I also checked the site after I bought it because, I bought it in store, so if this is something you're looking for and you're also in the US, I would check Barnes & Noble and also check the site because you can order it straight from the site and just have it shipped to you. And also it's March 2026 right now. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but yeah, that's when I found this at Barnes & Noble. So depending on when you're watching this video, it might not be available there anymore. But yeah, that's when I found it, and as of right now, which it's like March 28th right now, it's still available on the Barnes & Noble site for $95. Which is the same price it was on the premium Bandai site, but that was like a year ago, so being able to get it at retail price a year later is a pretty good deal. Yeah, it comes with these 6 Luffy figures plus the little centerpiece, so if we divide that 95 by 7, that's about like $13.50, $14 per thing, which I think is a pretty fair price for these. Like regular WCFs go for about $12, when they're not on sale, because they do get discounts pretty often and all that. But yeah, I think like the regular retail price, at least here in the US, is about $12. So to be able to get these for about $14 a piece was just something I could not pass up. And then yeah, also get this thing, and then down here we have a little diagram, little instructions, and I love that they also come with the bases, so you could either put them on the centerpiece or just like regular WCFs on their bases. And I also have the original WCF Boundman, Snakeman, and Tankman. And I do have, I think the first WCF Gear 5 Luffy too, so it's going to be fun comparing them. And then yeah, we also have Gear 3rd and Gear 2nd, so get all the gears of Luffy. And I also have, all his gears as like regularly proportioned figures, so now I've got the WCFs too. And yep, right here we get some nice close-ups of all 6 of them. Amazing Tankman there, cannot wait to see that one specifically. Then on the other side of the box, I love how they have it to look like their actual WCF boxes, because inside of this box, they're all packaged in one giant piece of plastic, so you don't get the regular WCF boxes. So I thought it was pretty thoughtful, really nice that they put them here, so we get to see what they could have looked like if they were regular WCF releases. So yeah, this is going to be great. I can't believe I found this. It's so, it's always fun to find things you don't expect to find, and especially for a good price. And it's been a long time since that has happened for me, so I was really excited to find this one. That tape was actually pretty strong. Like usually the box knife will just glide right through it, but it took a bit of force to get through that tape. Alright, here we go. So who knows if this will ever be useful to anybody at some point in time, but I'm going to show it. So here is the number here on the top flap of the box, 051912. Have no idea what it means. And we also have some instructions inside of the box. So this is the same thing that, or it's not the same. Not the same as what's on the bottom. I thought it was. So what do we have here? Okay, so it's just telling us what's what. So we have 1 through 6 and A through F. So 1 through 6 are the poles that go into the centerpiece, and then A through F are the bases, and also the poles that go into the bases, the regular WCF bases. Finally getting this thing out. I've been trying to get around to opening this for like the past 4 days, and finally had the time to do it. And here is the bottom of the box. What's in there? What is that? Oh yeah, those damn things that Barnes & Noble puts on their stuff. Look at that. It's like the little security thing. But yes, let me zoom out. Alright, here's the inside of the box. Alright, so this one looks like it's got tape going all the way around, so fully covering the whole box. Looks like there's tape all the way around. Very close to Tankman's hand there, so gotta be careful cutting that. I have my box knife just like set like this, just a little bit sticking out. Let's see. Yeah, it cut through it, so let's get the bottom now. And then the top. And I'm going to try to leave the tape on this side. I should be able to just flip it open. Let's get it in place. Let me change the camera and we'll open it up. Right, so I'm not sure where to start. Let's take a look at the bases. So these bases are purple. And then we also have other bases like the Shonen Jump mail order figures have the red base, and then of course the regular blue WCF base. So here are three different colors of WCF bases. And yep, we'll be comparing these. Let me put these off to the side. And yeah, I guess I'll just take out one Luffy at a time. So first up is the Gear 2nd Luffy. And yeah, they also released the prize figure of, Maxmatic plus Luffy in this same pose, but I don't have that one yet. It would have been fun to put them side by side. And let's see, is this a bag that opens on its own, or do I have to cut it? Okay, it's just open on the bottom, so he can just slide out like this. Oh, his hair was kind of stuck in the little bag, so that's why he was not coming out. Alright, so here we have it, Gear 2nd Luffy. And the first thing I'm noticing is the really nice detailing on the hat. Yeah, that's a really nice sculpt on the hat there. And then he's got the little steam, and these are kind of flexible, kind of rubbery. But I'm not going to mess with them too much. I don't want to break them off. And I'm glad that they come connected to him, because like all my other, like, let me get it right here. This Gear 4th Luffy, this thing is supposed to stick into his arm here and the other one here, but mine never really fit too well, so it just kind of hangs there. Like anytime I try sticking it in, it just pops back out, so I like that this Gear 2nd Luffy has the pieces already stuck onto him. And then, yep, he's got all the detail on the shorts. They even colored the buttons in, look at that. They even have the little buttons colored. So yeah, that is great. Then there's his little tiny WCF toes. And the bottom of the sandals look nice too. And same thing with the shirt. He's got the gold buttons on the shirt. Yeah, very nice. Really great figure here. Face looks good too. There is his hand. And you can also see the little creases between the fingers. Let's see the back of the hand here. So there is the back of his hand, and here's the other arm. And he also does have that kind of reddish pink color on some parts of him, because he's in gear second. You can see some right there on the arm and then also on the knee. And even on the hand, maybe. Maybe like right there. So yeah, I think this is a great one. I love that they even colored the buttons there. Very good. Here is the pole for his regular stand. Pole F. Alright, so there is an F on this one. You can see it. Let me see if I can get it on camera. So yeah, this one has an F on it, and I also have the F pole, so that means these two pieces go with the gear second Luffy. So here he is now complete on the base. And yeah, I think he looks great. I love the color they chose for the base, that purple color. And now it's time for the gear third Luffy. And I do have the Masterlize X piece, so I'll be getting that one out in a second too. Alright, so here he is. Look at that big giant fat cheek there. And of course his giant fist. And there is a bit of a... yeah, you can see a seam line right there where it connects. Going all the way around. Or not, maybe not all the way around, let's see. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't go all the way around to the back. But yeah, you can see it here at the front. And just like with the gear second, he's got the gold buttons on the shirt. Those look nice. And then, let's see, the shorts. Yep, he's also got them here. And the hat looks nicely detailed on this one too. Alright, so for the gear third Luffy, we're looking for the pole A and also the base A. Alright, so pole A should be, right here is pole A. And the one right here should be base A. Yeah, you should be able to see it there on the camera now. There's the A. So let's get this into the gear third Luffy. Yeah, so this is taking a lot of force to get in there. So I gotta be careful taking it out. Maybe I could slightly heat him up when I take him out. We'll see. When I take it out of him, I mean. Oh yeah, and also on the pole, it'll say the letter 2. Let's see if we can get that on the camera. Maybe not. But yeah, there is an A on the pole. Okay, so I didn't push it quite all the way in because I felt like I was going to break it. So it should be in good enough to hold them up. And then I am going to take it off in just a moment to get them on the centerpiece. So here we have gear third Luffy on the base. And here he is next to the Masterlize X piece, gear third Luffy. So let's get them at about the same exact spot. So here we go. WCF Luffy here, and Masterlize X piece. It looks like there's also a seam right here at the top of the fist too. Just like the Masterlize X piece one has the same thing actually. On the top of his fist he also has a seam. So yeah, I think this one is pretty good for the most part aside from that seam there. Like it's just kind of messy looking, kind of rough looking, but yeah, it won't be too noticeable on display. But that doesn't mean I can't mention it. And now it's time to get out the Boundman. Look at this. This one looks pretty badass. Look at I like how they did the arms here. Like, I don't know if I'd call that metallic. Yeah, I can't find the words to describe the finish they have on their arms, but I think it looks really nice. And then look at that face. Face looks great on this one. Right, so I changed the camera angle. Let's look at him here. Yeah, the arms look great. I'll rotate him all the way around. Then he's got the Dressrosa shirt with the little designs on it. And once again, the hat is really nicely detailed. Yeah, very nice. I'm loving this one. This might be my favorite one so far. Oh, then look at that. The pattern goes all the way up his back. And yeah, the legs are colored just the same as the arms. And look at that body, that Boundman body. Scar looks great. What a beautiful beast here. Yeah, so let's see how he compares to the other one. And I bought this one at Barnes & Noble too, like 10 years ago. I remember it being one of my first WCFs I ever bought. Yeah, so it was just about $15, like what, 9, 10 years ago. It was 2016, 2017 when I bought this. It had to be one of those years. And then here are the others from the set. So yep, there is the box, and let's get the beast himself. So yeah, I love this one. He's in the classic pose, and then his arms look nice too. They have like a gloss to them, while this one is more of a different look, and they're also more red. But they're not too red. Though now that I see them side by side, I would have liked a little bit of a darker color. But yeah, I love both of these. And let's see how the back looks. Yeah, so this one is missing the detail there. The newer one has a lot more detail around the back. And also a much darker shirt. I think both shirts look good though. But yeah, like I said, one annoying thing about this one is how this doesn't really stick in, so let me take it off for this. And yeah, hat looks alright on this. You know, it looks fine for what it is. Not calling it bad, but compared to this one does have much more detail in it. Look at that. You can see where it was damaged and sewn back together, and there's just a lot of detail going on throughout it. And then this one is just kind of flat and smooth. And let's see, does he have pockets back here? No pockets in the back, no pockets in the side. Or maybe he doesn't on these shorts. Let's see this one. So no pockets on the back, but we can see a pocket right there on the side. Yep, so here they are side by side. Let's zoom out again. Yeah, this thing is really great. I'm really glad I got this whole set. Let's get a close up of we didn't really look at the body, so Scar looks good on this one. The sculpting of the body, we can see the little like devil fruit pattern up here also. Then looking at this one again, yeah, there's just more detail in there. There's more detail in the scar, and then these also just look they look more cleanly done. And then of course, like I mentioned already, they wrap all the way around to the back. Oh, and his arm fell off, yeah. That does fall off sometimes. And maybe I'll display them together like this. But yep, classic moment. Really love this one. And this new one is great too. Right now, let's get him onto the stand. So which one is he? Let's get the instructions out. So we're going to be looking for pole B, which is right there, and then also base B. Alright, so there's his pole, and here is his base. Yeah, I just love how they have the pattern back there. And I'm also having a bit of trouble getting this one in. Like, it feels like the pole is too big to fit in here, so I gotta put a lot of pressure. I'm gonna get this off the camera just to make sure I don't break them. You know, it's always annoying when stuff like that happens on video where I end up breaking something just because I'm trying to record it, so I am not gonna make that mistake here. Right, so I got it in there, and what I did was I just heated up Luffy himself with a blow dryer. Like, I aimed it at the hole there, and I just got him warm. Like, I didn't get him too hot, just warm enough, and then I was able to get the pole in. So it's in there really nice and tight now. And I'll probably warm him up again when I take it off, because I'm not taking any chances with this. Do not want to break him. And now let's get him into the base. So there we go. And we have our Gear 4th Boundman Luffy. And next, let's get out the Snakeman. And I also have another WCF Snakeman, so I'll get him out in a little bit. But here's this one, looking good. He has the same kind of finish as the Gear 4th Luffy does. And also the white cloud that isn't quite translucent, isn't fully translucent. And he's got the little button on the front of the shorts. Little gold button. And I'm assuming this is his stand, but let's look at the little diagram just to make sure. So yeah, that's it, the D stand. There's also another stand like really close to this one. So yeah, the D stand is the one. Wait, what's going on? Okay. So yeah, the D stand is the one on the outside, closest to the outside. And then the D base is this one right here. So let's see if this one goes in easily to his back, or if we're going to have trouble again. Yeah, it's not going in as easily as I had hoped. Most of these so far have had this same issue where it takes a lot of force to get them in, so I think I'm going to heat this one up also. Right, so it worked again. I got the stand nice and tight into the Snakeman Luffy. Now let's get him onto the base. And here's my other WCF Snakeman. He's got the missing tooth, and yeah, I love the face on this one, the giant open mouth there. Great pose too. This arm does fall out sort of easily though. Like, just a little touch is going to knock it out, but that's never an issue when he's just on display, just when I'm moving him around like this or whatever. But aside from that, he is just great. I love him. And then here is the new one I just got. They actually look kind of good together like this. If I ever was to display them like this someday, maybe. And we're going to save the best for last, the Tankman, so let's get the Gear 5 out next. I really like the face on this one. And he's got the gold buttons there. And some very nice detail on the hat once again, for the 4th time. Then we can see the purple sash down here, little pockets in the back, and the sandals. Let's get the other Gear 5 now. The WCF Shonen Jump Mail Order Gear 5, Gum Gum Giant Luffy. So his eyes are kind of orangish, it looks like, and then this one has the pink eyes. And they both have the nice gold buttons. Yeah, this one's head is a lot bigger. Let's see the sandals. Giant foot there. Oh, and this hat looks pretty nice too, just in a different way, but you can see some nice sculpting throughout it. But it's kind of a different style from this hat. I like both of them. And the stand for this one is right up here, the C stand. And then where is the C base? So C base is right here. And maybe by some miracle this one will just go in, let's see. I think I should be able to get this one in just as it is. Okay, yeah, I was able to just stick that one in myself. Now on to the base. Yeah, the purple looks really nice with this one especially. Like, it matches the Gear 5 perfectly. Because he's got the purple sash and, the white clothing, so he really just feels right with the purple base. So yeah, it looks like every single one of these comes in one piece. This face looks very similar to the other one I have. I'm going to get that one in a second. But yeah, this is amazing. A little close up on the hat here. Looks great, and then yeah, he's got all the clouds around him. And yep, they're stuck in there. What an amazing beast. Yep, let's get the other Tankman out now. Let's see how they look together. Right, so here's the other Tankman. And yeah, are these ones using the same head? They look pretty identical. And they also have the same seam. You can see this like little seam or mold line right here going across the body on both of them. But yeah, this one looks to have a completely different body sculpt. Or maybe not. Look, they are so similar. They've got this in the same spot. Let's see over here. Yeah, I wonder if it's the same body sculpt. And also the clouds here. Let me look closer myself. So yeah, it does look like they're using the same head sculpt and also the body sculpt, but the jacket looks to be different. I mean, the shirt looks to be different, because he's got his arms coming out different here, and also the hat is sculpted differently as well. But yeah, I didn't realize these had so many similarities. And they've also got the same kind of thing going on right here. where you can see the outline for the pattern in the skin, but the red pattern doesn't quite match up. So because of that, you can see, like I said, that little, like the little outline of it. That's visible on both of these. And like I said, they've also got that same exact seam line going through the body right there. And I can't tell for sure if the clouds are identical, but I mean, they look pretty identical here, don't they? If they're not identical, they're very close. And then of course the legs are different, the lower half is different, a completely different sculpt there. And also the WCF Premium Tankman has more detail on the shirt. It has the red trim on both sides, you can see it here and also on this side, and then also the gold at the top going all the way around. And then on the original WCF Tankman, there's none of that red trim. You can see on either side it's just white. And then there's just like a yellow little line going across the top for this one. But yeah, both of these are great. I love them both. Got the classic Tankman pose and then the Tankman pose where he sends Cracker flying away. So yep, two beautiful beasts here. And now for his stand. So his stand is stand E. Well, the pole E. And then the base is base E. So let's see if this one goes in easily. Yeah, I was able to get this one in. So it's not all the way in. Let me look at him myself. Okay, so yeah, this one is not all the way in there, and I might just put him on the base since I'm going to take him off. I think I'm just going to get him on the base and then not put it fully in, at least not right now. I'll have to warm him up to do that. Alright, so here he is, the Tankman. Yeah, I remember when these came out, I really did want the Tankman, but I just didn't want to buy the full set, so I am really happy to have him now. And the other ones too. And yeah, once again, this one has the darker color. Darker color in the gloss, and I think both looks are great, but like I said, I do prefer the darker color for Gear 4th. But yeah, both are great. Right, here it is. It says Monkey D. Luffy. And it's got the hat on top of the D. And what does it say on the bottom? 2728307, BSP China. And here's the bottom of the hat here. And then the top. Yep, looks nicely done. And then we have the Gum Gum Devil Fruit here. And it's flat because you're supposed to put the SH Figure Arts Luffy here. The SH Figure Arts WCF Luffy. But I don't have that one, so I'm just going to put whatever here. Maybe I'll just put Tankman there. Or nothing. I think it looks fine as it is. Maybe we'll put Tankman here. Wow, that's pretty badass. Look at him. But yeah, the Gum Gum Fruit looks great. Look at that. And then we have the Jolly Roger back there. Yeah, this thing's really nice. I like it. Let's see the back. I don't think I've ever really seen the back of this. Like even in some videos. Like I kind of skimmed through a few videos, but I didn't watch them fully. And yeah, I love the finish they have on the smoke clouds. Like it's kind of like a pearlescent finish. I think it looks really good. See some kind of pinks mixed in there. Yeah, we can see some pink here. Like it kind of starts off white here, then transitions to pink. Then we can even see some kind of bluish tones in here also. Like especially here. Yeah, I think this thing is great. I didn't expect to like this part this much, but yeah, I love it. And before I take them off of the stands, let's get all of them out here together. So many Luffys. Oh, let me get a better angle. That's not really showing them too well. Maybe if I'm looking a bit downwards at them, we can get a better look at them. Yep, so here's the Gear 2nd Luffy. The Gear 3rd Luffy. And let's look at the Snakeman Luffys again. And Boundman Luffys. Gear 5 Luffys. And Tankman Luffys. And I do want to mention that I didn't have this stuck all the way into him, so he may have been, like during the video, facing a little bit more downwards than he would be if this was fully in, you know? Right, so I got all of them off of their bases, and I didn't need to heat them up. They came off pretty easily. And you may not even need to heat them up to get them in the first place, but you know, I've had WCFs for so long, I've been collecting them, you know, as long as I've been collecting figures, and those poles and bases can be pretty fragile. Like I'll have one just sitting on the shelf for 5 years, and I'll pick it up, I'll try to take the pole out, and then the base will just crack around the hole where the pole was in, so. I think I've even had the poles break too. So I didn't want to take any chances with the poles and bases on these ones because, yeah, some of those took a lot of force to get in, and I could have possibly broken one if I hadn't taken the time to heat the figure up before putting the pole in. And yeah, that's really something I wish they would improve with the WCFs, like give us some stronger poles and bases. But I mean, at least the figures seem to last fine because, you know, it would be possible to create your own little stands for them. That's not an ideal solution. The solution should be for them to make the bases and poles strong enough in the first place. And this WCF here is one of my older ones. Like this one has been on the base for years now, so I think if I were to ever take it off, I think I'd heat it up and see if maybe that would prevent it from cracking. But yeah, I have tons of WCFs that are still in great condition, like this one. So it's not like I'm saying every single one is gonna break, it's just that I've had it happen enough times that I do wish the bases and poles were made stronger. But yep, let's get them onto the centerpiece now. And before we get them on, let's measure it real quick, so. How tall is it? Just under 8 inches tall. And then in centimeters, we're about 19.5 centimeters tall. Right, so we can see here there's little holes throughout it, so that's where we're going to be sticking the Luffys onto. And yeah, there's a whole nother set of poles for them, so gonna have to get those out of that box right now. Right, so let's start with the Gear 3rd Luffy. So we're going to be getting the one stand from right there. Alright, so here is the one stand. It's very small. Yeah, not sure if I can really focus on that, but there it is. And yeah, if you look at the diagram, you'll see it's shaped like this, so you're going to want to put this piece into the hole, then where it curves down is where Luffy is going to hook in. So should I put Luffy on first or before? I'm not sure. And maybe I'll heat this thing up too, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to try to get it into Luffy first. So let's stick it in like that. And yeah, once again, taking a lot of force to get in. I might go heat him up, and then I might also heat up the base itself, but let's see. Yeah, it's not quite sticking in. Right, so I ended up just heating up Luffy's back, then I stuck it into his back, and then after doing that, I stuck him into the base. And yeah, I wish I could have shown it on camera, but I don't have an extension cord long enough right now to make the blow dryer reach to the table, so I just have to do that off camera, I guess. So next, let's get, who will we get on next? Let's do Gear 2nd next. So this one's going to be the number 6 pole. And where is that on the diagram? The number 6 pole is right here. Alright, so we're going to put it into him like this. Actually, I think I had this wrong. We're going to do it, yeah, like this. Right, that one went in there easily, so maybe I can show you this whole part. So we're just going to stick this now into the base. Right, there's the hole it's going to go into. Now let's try like this. Kind of wobbly. I mean, is that how it's supposed to be? No, I don't think that's correct, huh? Let me look at the picture. Yeah, he's kind of supposed to be standing right over this piece, so let's see, what can I do? Oh, there we go. Just had to rotate it a bit. Yep, there we go. There's what I was talking about. It broke off the inside of his back. These should not be this weak. That is just, that's unacceptable. Like, I bet someone could 3D print their own and they'd be stronger than whatever the hell they use for these ones. And even if it was intended to be put together where you stick it into this first, then put Luffy onto it after, it, like I said, it should not be that weak. That is just terrible. Like, I shouldn't be worried about, putting the figure together. That shouldn't be a concern. But it is. It is when it comes to WCFs. Or at least this set specifically. And I was able to get the piece off. I heated them up and I kind of got my nail in there and pulled it out. So at least he can go back on the regular base now. I mean, as long as I'm careful, I might break those stands too. But yeah, this didn't ruin my day. It's just like I bought this, the quality of the poles is terrible, and it's just one of those things that happens. And maybe the QC on this specific set is worse than average, because like I said, I have read comments from people talking about this specific set, saying that they also broke one of the pieces trying to get them into here. Yeah, and I did consider heating up the base itself, but it seemed to be working fine. Like, I got this one in, and then I do think the fact that I was trying to record it was a factor in me breaking it, because say I wasn't recording, I probably would have been looking from the back, and then I would have been able to see it better, but still, I may have broken it anyway. It's just like the shittiest, cheapest plastic, those little poles, like, my god. $95 isn't feeling like too great of a deal now, but I can see it being worth it for a lot of people, even if you just want the Luffys, because you can't really get these ones anywhere else. And yeah, these ones are pretty expensive nowadays, like the original Tankman, and maybe the Boundman too. Haven't checked that one in a while, and possibly the Snakeman too, but I'm not sure. So yeah, this set for $95, you get a Tankman, you get Gear 4th Boundman, you get Snakeman, Gear 5, Gear 2nd, Gear 3rd. So even if you do buy this thing and end up breaking one of the poles like I did, the Luffys alone could be worth the price. And this thing is almost useless to me now, but I guess not completely. Like, I could just display it like this. Or he doesn't really, let's see. He's kind of sliding off. Or he does stay, but he's... Yeah, I guess it's... No, there, he fell off, so... Yeah, maybe some will fit, like, let's see. Yeah, that one seems to balance pretty well, and he looks good in there. So maybe I'll display this one in there. And yeah, I'm sure some people have better luck than me with this thing. Like, I'm sure a lot of people were able to successfully put all of these on there. But yeah, for me, I'm not even going to attempt to finish that. Yeah, we're not finishing this. We're done.